if you got a girl, don't mean no disrespect, but thoughts of you rule my world. I even dream of you, I swear. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Happy Hour Talks. My name is Ruth.
And I'm China.
In today's episode, we are going to be talking all things Taylor Swift, Beyonce, Travis Kelce, and even dive into a little bit about his ex, Kayla Nicole. So, Miss China, are you a Swiftie? Are you part of the Beehive? What's up?
I feel like I am not a super big fan of either, but more Beyonce than Taylor. I feel like Beyonce's been doing this for decades. She's proven to us over and over again why she can really get on a stage and just captivate you. I don't know if I feel the same about Taylor, but I do respect her songwriting and like instrumentation abilities. I feel like you're somebody that probably really liked Taylor Swift in like middle school or something. Tell me how you feel.
Yeah, of course. When Taylor Swift first came out, I think I was in middle school, and her songs were like super fun. It was relatable at the time. Like I had a crush, and like she would write really good, relatable music. But then as I got older, she leaned towards more kind of like folk pop sensation. And now there's like a few songs that I will listen to on like her latest new album. But to call myself the Swifty right now, I don't think I can do that. So no tea, no shade, but they're both good. So for Beyonce, I am the same way. I have a few songs that I listen to, but I didn't go to her concert. I didn't go to Taylor's concert. So I feel like we're kind of like different from a lot of people right now. I feel like either people are like a Swifty or like a part of the Beehive, and people experience like their concerts this summer and they went all out for it. So I just find it funny that we don't have a particular favorite.
I feel that. And there were so many big concerts this summer. I know Drake was on tour, SZA was on tour. A lot of big, artists were on tour this summer, but I know that when I would be on social media, I'd see a lot of like clapback in the comments from like opposing fan bases. So you'd have the Swifties in the comments talking about Taylor's going to be the best selling touring artist by the end of this quarter. And then you had Beehive in the comments like, please, she puts us to sleep, boring as hell concert. So it was funny to see. I was just laughing at the comments, but just looking at like clips, which I just the algorithm for me had more Beyonce clips than Taylor. It just seemed like her concert was more like invigorating, like it gets you up out of your seat, like let's dance. I don't even think it's a matter of the type of music because I think Taylor has made upbeat pop music. I just feel like if I go to Beyonce's concert, I know I'm gonna have a good time.
And this is probably very ignorant for me to say, but there are two demographics when it comes to these people. And you guys know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. So I feel like there is kind of a split and all, but yes, there will be some outliers who like Taylor Swift and then they like Beyonce as well. But there is a division right now. And we see it. We see like the posts. We see people comparing one artist to the other. They even said that Taylor Swift is like the highest like charting artist, even beating Michael Jackson. So there's just a lot of like I don't know. I don't know if it's misinformation, people hyping up their favorite artists, but it's a mess right now. It is a mess, but it's very interesting.
For sure. And I always feel like it goes back to 2008 or was it 2009? Kanye West comes on stage and tells the world that Taylor Swift doesn't deserve the award she just won because Beyonce had a really big year with I Am Sasha Fierce and Single Ladies. And I think people automatically went, oh, this young white girl, how dare he get on stage and disrespect her? And I think people have pushed that narrative ever since. Let's just keep it a buck. I think that Taylor appeals to the type of chill, um, maybe like down the earth girl. that, doesn't know if the boy at school likes her, can't figure out why she can't settle down. I think she appeals to that type of person. And, you know, the people that Beyonce is performing for, they might have been through a little bit more life, there'll be, Beyonce tends to hire songwriters that I think put a little bit more depth into the lyrics. And I think she's really big on being an entertainer. So her music videos are always going to be like a freaking visual anthology. I just think they're two different artists that appeal to two different types of people. You'll either like it or you won't. You have, and like you say, you have those people that are like both, but it's very, I feel like there's a very clear, distinct, I think a big part of it's age, a big part of it is race too. And I just think you have to be in a different walk of life to really appreciate Taylor's music versus Beyonce's music.
But it's so funny because sometimes I'm like, is the media scripted? Because this dated back all the way to 2008, 2009. They were just giving us a preview of what we will be basically experiencing today between like Taylor versus Beyonce. And I know this is true, like the whole stereotype between Taylor versus Beyonce, because Beyonce, she barely leaves the house. But for her to have left the house and went to like Taylor Swift's movie premiere, I think she was just trying to shut down allegations like one against the other, like women unite, so they know what's going on as well. And I'm just like, did the media script this? Like, what is going on in media right now?
That is true. And one thing about Beyonce, I feel like she pays attention to her PR team. You'll have some celebrities, I won't name any names, I want to, but I won't, where you can tell, like, what their PR team tells them to do or tells them to post on social media goes in one ear and out the other. And I think that Beyonce has been PR trained since she was a child. And so I think she understands that. She knows that. She's not going to let them demonize her or vilify her or turn her into an angry black woman, anything like that. And I think she makes sure that she gets ahead of that. Not to mention, she's probably just not a hateful person. She doesn't mind showing up to someone else's event and supporting them. She's done it for Destiny Child members, she's done it for a lot of people. So,
But not just any people though. China, let's be real. Beyonce doesn't go out to anything and everything. So this was planned, strategic, very much PR marketing.
that's true. And I can't even be mad at her. I just feel like she really be on, people try to play her like she don't, I don't know, like I guess she don't be on social media like that. She be on social media. She has a burner. She's paying attention to the comments. She's cackling at them, but at the same time she's taking mental note like, "Oh, this is what the general public thinks. Let me make sure I do this so they can get it all cleared up that that's not me and that's not what I'm trying to represent this Renaissance era."
But all in all, those two artists really changed and impacted like music this year in terms of touring. I heard that some governors love like the concert being in their city because it generated so much money for the particular like state in terms of like people booking hotels, flights, going to restaurants. So they are killing it on both ends. Still on the topic of Taylor Swift, she is dating NFL, I believe, tight end from the Chiefs. His name is Travis Kelce. I'm not a really football girl, so I really tried. But yeah, she is dating Travis Kelce. What are your thoughts?
I don't feel like I can say what I want to say. I think that Taylor is still figuring out herself, even though, she's into her 30s. That's not old at all. She's still figuring out herself and what she wants. I think that Taylor does not mind dating around and figuring out what she wants and what she likes. Sometimes I do wonder, is it PR? And is it PR because she feels like my whole career is based off of love songs, or so I always need to be in a relationship to maybe have something to talk about or write about, or if it's she just feels like this is what keeps me kind of in the media, and a cool little PR relationship is not something that is a bad thing to be in the media for as long as it's going good. or if she feels a need to, maybe she can't be real about who she is and what she really likes or really wants. And, I don't know. Maybe it's that. I just can't figure her out. But I did know it was really surprising to see them together. I only knew Travis Kelce from like dating the Insta baddie, Insta model, Kayla Nicole. I remember seeing them on like a lot of interracial relationship pages. But yeah, I didn't know much about them. I'm not super into football, but they're cute or whatever, as long as they're happy.
And thank you for saying you don't know Travis Kelce. There were a few discourse on like TikTok or people's girlfriends being funny. They'll be like, "Oh, it's funny how Taylor Swift put Travis Kelce on the map," and then their boyfriends or other people will be like, "Oh, but he's like the best tight end of all time." This, that, and the third. But I do think that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are kind of getting publicity because they are dating. Yes, they're very great at what they do in their respective fields, but they are getting publicity because they are together. The NFL, they're marketing and profiting off of this relationship. Girls who don't care about football are tuning into the Chiefs game just to see a little glimpse of Taylor Swift. And even like the Dallas Mavericks, his owner, I forgot his name. I think it's like Mark Cuban. He was like, Travis Kelce, like, joined the Dallas Mavericks as a joke just because he wants to see like the sales and jerseys and like tickets rise up because they know that their relationship is like a huge publicity marketing tactic. So
See, okay, and that's a good point. I feel like Travis also probably wants to go ahead and, first of all, a lot of sports players want to be famous. Sure, they're known for playing sports, but that's why they start dating the Kendall Jenners and this person and that person because they want to be known. They want to have paparazzi following them. They feel like they should be famous. They got the money, they got the sports career, but they want the fame to come along with it. So getting into a PR relationship helps uplift them. So I feel like he's absolutely on his I'm trying to come up in the world and be more known and relevant. I feel like he's doing his thing. Now Taylor, I feel like this kind of got swept under the rug. I think she was casually dating this guy named Matt Healy. He is the, I guess, lead singer of this band called the 1975. Now, Matt had a podcast where he said some pretty problematic things about Ice Spice, some kind of racially insensitive things, and the like. And I think that Taylor immediately, dating him and this stuff came out, she's like, oh no, I have to separate myself from him. So she does a collab with Ice Spice. She shows up with Ice Spice to the VMAs, and now she's dating Travis Kelce. So I feel like she's trying to go ahead and depart from that little uh, debacle that it was gonna be because she's like, oh, I want no parts of that. I'm not trying to be messy or anything like that. So I think this, it's leveling, not necessarily leveling up for her, but but it's definitely a move, a strategic move for both of them for sure.
I did not know the whole Ice Spice debacle for like Taylor Swift ex boyfriend. But speaking of leveling up, people were talking about how Travis Kelce has leveled up with Taylor Swift compared to Kayla Nicole. What are your thoughts? Or if you have any.
I mean, Taylor Swift is known more than Kayla, and like I said, I think Travis cares more about being like famous. I think he wants to be more known. He wants to be in commercials. He wants more endorsement deals. I think he's trying to transition over into that because some people were making it about more of a departure from like being associated with blackness. Or some people used to call him like white chocolate or something like that, and they're trying to say it's a move to like get away from that. And I'm like, well, I don't know, that could be the case, but I think for him, it's more about he literally wants to be famous.
And I agree with your perspective. And people have opinions. And yes, you might have an opinion that Travis Kelce leveled up in terms of dating, his dating history. But don't go to someone's Instagram or tag someone and let them know that your ex has leveled up because that would just make someone feel like, oh, I wasn't crap, I'm not crap. And that's why Kayla Nicole had to release her letter about basically, was it like Dear Black Girls, like what she's going through right now? Like, that's
Yeah,
sad.
it definitely was. And then she unfollowed some of the people that I guess like the wives of athletes or girlfriends or whoever on the team. She unfollowed Patrick Mahomes' wife, a couple of people, because she's like, well, you all are now hanging out with Taylor. I don't feel comfy in this situation. I don't feel like seeing you post pictures of you and Taylor Swift. It's a man that I was in love with for years. I thought I'd get married to. You know, I see why she unfollowed them.
I agree. And when it comes to her letter, I feel like she had the right to release it. Yes, Travis Kelce is her ex, but we do have freedom of speech, and she just had to let people know how she's feeling and what her worth is. So I appreciated the letter.
For sure. I don't know if you saw this clip, but Travis, he had went on a podcast, and people were kind of talking about how supposedly you know how like some men give their wives or girlfriends or whoever an allowance. Well, I guess supposedly he did not do that for Kayla. There'd be times where they'd go out to eat and she'd have to spend her money, or he might give her $100, and I guess maybe he expected her to make that last the whole, I don't know, week or something. But I think people, when they date like athletes, maybe or ballers, period, they automatically think there's going to be a certain lifestyle that comes along with that. And Travis seems like he's pretty frugal and smart, I guess. I mean, I wish he was dropping more bands on her, just from the outside looking in. But I completely understand, like, especially if they're just boyfriend and girlfriend, like, I don't know what we're about to be. I'm not a bank for you. I'm your partner. I'm here to support you. You can live with me. I think he took care of all the bills. It was more of like a spending money thing, or sometimes when they would go out to eat, it's like she would be paying. But yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. Did you see that?
I did see that, and I wonder if it's the same. If it's true, I wonder if it's the same energy that's put into his relationship with Taylor Swift. Like, are you making this girl who's about to be a billionaire after her tour pay for some of the things that you would have let your ex pay for? And if not, why? Like, because she can clearly afford it or afford to pay for all these things. So
Yeah, that would be a little messy because it's like on one end he wants to, and I mean, even though it's probably so PR, he wants to impress her. So making her pick up the tab is not impressive. She can go and leave and get with somebody else who will pick up the tab and be in a PR with her. And then on the other end, it's like she's made, I don't know, 15 times what he's made in his career probably. So, like, I don't know. I would love to hear the dynamics about what's going on. If it's truly PR, like PR straight for sure, like there's no types of liking, then they probably should, they might be like paying for their own stuff because it's not even that serious.
yeah, but I just think it's so funny how basically this entire year is like Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift. And now we're at this point, But comment your thoughts on Taylor Swift versus Beyonce and Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift and his ex, Kayla Nicole. But any final thoughts, China, on this entire situation?
I will just be eager to kind of see where it goes. What if we finally get a wedding? I don't know. We'll see. But I'm watching. I'm watching. We'll see where it goes.
But other than that, that's it for the episode. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and we will talk to you all later. Bye.